अगर आपको इस पूरा पॉडकास्ट देखने का वक्त नहीं है तो बढ़िया बढ़िया रसीली क्लिप्स देखिए और आनंद उठाइए. सब्सक्राइब टू दोस्तकास्ट क्लिप्स. It's gaining such a wide foothold that, even if I have someone who's going to explain the Gita or the Mahabharata, there are people fighting in the comments. And these were genres that were largely taken up by people who are much older than us, our parents and grandparents.
Exactly.
I say it and I get so much hate for this. My understanding of the Ramayana and Mahabharata are fragmented stories that my father told me. Never actually picked it up. Never found a reason to pick it up. And the full Ramayana that I ever saw was Yugo Saku's Ramayana, the animated Ramayana.
It's so beautiful.
It's so good. It's so beautiful. It's so elegantly shot. The music, it's so imagine that. So as a generation of non-Ramcharitmanas readers and not even engaging with the secondary research around this, all of a sudden we're in this world where everyone is talking about this.
But there's a reason for that. And if you want, we can discuss this in our conversation. So that's a very good question. I think we're at a very interesting juncture. So the next question to this is why?
Yeah.
Why are so many people suddenly interested, right? Why do they care? You're right. I mean, I also grew up in an India where, people, especially the young people, didn't bother so much about religion and stuff. And they were far more interested in all the things we were talking about, which brands to buy, how much money to make, which job to have, where to go for a date, all of these things, right? But there's been a sea change and, culturally there's been a sea change. But there is a reason for that. And there is historical example in other parts of the world where this happens, right? Even the film that you mentioned, the Japanese Ramayana, right? Why is it so beautiful? Our question is, how did this Japanese filmmaker come to India, pick up this text, and was able to really understand its emotions? What is beautiful about it? The animation is beautiful, sure.
Yeah.
But it really gets all the nuances of emotion.
Yeah. And this is after Japan. Japan doesn't really have a devotional god at its center.
No.
Right?
No.
I mean, they've made anime. They've come, I'm being very ignorant, but they've also made samurai stuff, right? They've made martial movies, martial anime movies, but not necessarily anything with gods at the center. अगर आपको क्लिप पसंद आई, make sure you subscribe to Dostcast Clips.